Pemirsa kepeduk maneh nok Warung VOA.
Ya.
Saiki aku lan Ning Anne bersama Ibu Julia.
Iya. Nah, Ibu Julia ini adalah seorang seniman yang terkenal ya, Nat ya. Ini sudah puluhan tahun, dia spesialisnya adalah anyaman.
Menganyam.
Jadi di pameran ini Ibu Julia mengajarkan pengunjung caranya menganyam dan bahan-bahan apa saja yang digunakan, alat-alatnya juga.
Aku ya ora mungkin belajar iki.
Susah ya kayaknya ya.
Sehari ya ora mungkin. It looks so difficult, Julia. How long did it take for you to learn this?
Making a basket almost takes a lifetime because you have to learn about your plants. You have to learn where the willows grow, and you have to learn to collect them at a certain time, and you have to do prayer, song, and dance, and you have to have great respect for the plant, the willows. So we get the willow sometimes in the spring when the sap has come up, and we pull the bark off. Then we have the nice white wood. Okay, the other fiber that I'm putting into the basket now, this is called sedge root. And we have to go to the river, and we have to dig our digging stick, and we have to move the soil around because we're looking for a root or a rhizome. When we find a rhizome, then it's not like this, it's a nice round piece. And so then we have to dry it for a year. Willows dry for a year, and then when we need them, then we put them in water, split them up, and then we make the fine strings. Now the red color that I'm leaving this red color. Now I'm changing a pattern, and so now the red comes from a bush, a shrub, and it gives us a nice red bark looking like that. And so we have to wait. The story for the red bud is you wait for the leaves to turn yellow. You wait for the first frost, you wait for the first rain, and then you do prayer, song, and dance and offering, and then you take from the earth with a please, and you give back to the earth with a thank you. So it's very important that we as basket makers have respect for our plants.
That's why there are so few basket makers.
Yes, that's true. We do have young women now that are learning. I have a daughter, granddaughter, and a great-grandgirl who are learning the stories. And I have worked with probably the top 10 weavers in California. My two teachers now living are 100 years old. And so those are the ones that are giving us the rules, because there's a lot of rules about this. But in today's world, the young woman doesn't like to follow the rules. And so we can't have that happen. So we are very forceful about the roots, because if you forget the rules, 100 years from down the line, there won't be no understanding about the basket.
The tools that you use, they are original. They're...
Okay, the tools that, like, I was trying to hide all my metal, but then, the old tool, of course, are these bone needles that we use from the deer leg bone. And here's a nice little small one. And then I forgot to bring obsidian, which is a natural glass that we cut with. But then I went to Indian boarding school, and the Indian boarding school says, don't use those things now. Use new things. So then we switched to the metal, and we're just like anybody else. We're going to find things that it's going to be easier for us to use. That if it wasn't for my elders and all these ladies who have helped me through I've been working baskets for about 58 years, maybe a little bit less than that, but if it wasn't for them, I would not be doing this. And so I visit many, many people when I'm in Yosemite Valley. I'm a cultural interpreter, and I know how they feel when they say, how long does it take to make a basket? Because I was the same way. And it's through them that I'm able to continue the work of the basket maker. And it just makes me, when I go and look at the basket, it just makes me cry sometimes to think of all the work and the time, and it's not patience, because it's something that comes from your heart.
Well, we wish you all the luck, Julia, and
Thank
we
you
wish
so
that
much.
you can
Yeah,
forever make your beautiful baskets.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julia.
Thank you.
Yang memang paling berharga, pelajaran yang paling berharga adalah bagaimana banyak sekali filosofi ya yang terkandung di dalam sebuah anyaman.
Anyaman.
Ya, dan ini rupanya nilainya tuh memang sangat sangat berharga sekali ya.
Sepertinya
Hampir
memang
nggak bisa
itu
diuangkan lah ya Nat ya.
itulah nilai orang-orang yang zaman dulu ya,
Iya.
yang memang benar-benar apresiasi terhadap alam dan sekelilingnya itu lebih tinggi daripada kita orang modern ini
Iya.
kali ya.
Nah sekarang kita istirahat dulu kali ya Nat ya.
Ya,
Kita
dulur
istirahat
kita
dulu.
akan kembali
Ya.
setelah sam-sam berikut.